Section 120. This section deals with the burden of proving a fact to make evidence admissible. Essentially, the party who wants to rely on a particular piece of evidence has the responsibility to prove that the fact in question actually exists. For instance, if you're presenting a document in court, you need to prove it's genuine before it can be used as evidence. This is fundamental in ensuring the reliability and integrity of evidence presented in legal proceedings. Next up is Section 121. This section places the burden on the accused to prove that their case falls within any exceptions. For example, if the accused claims self-defense, it's their responsibility to provide evidence supporting this claim. The prosecution doesn't have to disprove every possible exception. Instead, the accused must bring forward enough evidence to make their defense plausible. This shifts the burden slightly, but doesn't relieve the prosecution of their primary duty to prove the case beyond a reasonable doubt. Now let's talk about Section 122. This section is all about the burden of proving a fact that is especially within the knowledge of one party. Imagine a scenario where a company claims that it has complied with a certain regulation. The burden of proving compliance lies with the company since it possesses the specific knowledge and documents to prove it. This rule prevents parties from hiding behind a lack of information and ensures that the most knowledgeable party provides the necessary proof. Finally, we have Section 123. This section deals with the burden of proving the death of a person who was known to have been alive within the last 30 years. If someone is trying to establish that a person has died for inheritance or legal proceedings, they must provide sufficient evidence of death if the person was known to be alive within the last 3 decades.